The commodity supercycle is up and running. We need to talk about gold that reached very important levels and where to buy. A secret gold trade that nobody is talking about right now that looks very interesting, and three new swing trades in the commodity sectors that look really interesting and offer great profit potential.
Welcome to Hot Trades of the Day, your show for swing trading ideas for the coming days, weeks, and month.
What do we need to say about a commodity supercycle? It's happening, it's coming. The only question is, are you going to be in and participate and make a ton of money? Or are you going to sit on the sidelines and not do anything and then cry about it when the prices are much higher and going up and you miss the boat? Well, here at Bull Markets Lifestyle, we are right in the action. We are making money in the commodity sector. And one of the places we're making money, obviously, is gold. Let's talk about gold. This is the development of the gold price since the fall. And you can see what has happened. It broke the downtrend. It broke out above this resistance zone. I told you that was very bullish, and it happened. We saw a major up move into this decisive resistance zone. And now we're getting a pullback. That's normal if you look at the massive up move in gold in 2025. More than understandable that we get a pullback. But look at the support now that we have. This is the interesting part. So the risk reward ratio has improved significantly in the past days. Look at this area right here. We have now three supports. That's as good as it gets, ladies and gentlemen. We have the uptrend long term, check. We have the old resistance zone that's now support, check. And we have the downtrend, the medium downtrend, that also now works as support, check. So the maximum downside that we're going to have is that we're going to retest of the broken downtrend. That would be textbook, and I can totally see that happening. I can absolutely see that happening, that we're going to go below 2,700. We get a bunch of stops triggered of people that are over leveraged gold long now, and that we get a retest of the broken downtrend, and then we move up. This is the scenario that you want to be prepared for. The second scenario is that we break above this resistance zone. And that is the final barrier that we have to clear before we're going to go into the next rally phase of gold. And then we're talking 3,000. Look what has happened in the past at this resistance. We have rejected it twice. So this is significant. If we close above it, as you can see, several times we had wicks, we had attempts, but we didn't close above it. So we need to close above it and confirm. And then, ladies and gentlemen, then the trend following traders, the technical buy signals of the institutions will start to trigger. And then you're going to see massive up moves, similar to what we saw here when we cleared this resistance zone. Right? Similar to what we saw here, it's going to be big. So, interestingly enough, if we look at silver, silver doesn't look as good as gold at all. This is a pure gold story so far. Right? Silver tried to break the downtrend that has been intact since the fall. Couldn't do it. Now it's going back down. I still think silver is going to go up more than gold, but at this moment, this is a gold story. Also, and this is really interesting, and this is what I'm looking for right now. If we look at the miners, this is the GDX for the senior miners. You can see the senior miners, they moved up a little bit, that's cute, but they didn't move nearly as much as they usually do when gold is going up. And we're still just doing nothing more than retesting the broken uptrend. GDXJ for the juniors. Okay, it went up. That's nice. But you would have thought it would have gotten and performed way better considering how good gold performed than it has. So that means it's literally a physical gold story right now, which gives us the chance to get in on some really promising mining stocks. And that's what I have my eyes on right now. I'll buy gold when it hits when one of the two scenarios happen that we talked about, either breaking the final resistance zone or a pullback to the scene of the crime, the broken up downtrend, and then if it turns there, fine. But I have my eyes really on the gold mining stocks because they're not performing right now, they're lagging, and that gives us a chance to get in on a probably the last really great chance for the miners. Now, I told you about a few more commodities that are getting really interesting, and it starts with copper. Look at copper. What a run. I told you about it early. If you're watching the videos here on Bull Markets Lifestyle on copper, you had this move once we moved up here. By the way, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to Bull Markets Lifestyle. You're going to have a front row seat for the commodity super cycle and also equities and stocks, and we do some crypto as well. Okay, but back to copper. As you can see, we are trying to break the downtrend that has been in place since May of last year. Now, after this up move, a correction has to be expected. Absolutely healthy, probably coming back into this. Now it's a support zone, was a resistance zone, no support zone. I can see something like this, some sideways chop. But if we break this downtrend, get ready for an explosive copper move. And when I mean explosive, that's what it is. Look at these up moves that copper has when it gets started. So you want to be ready with a buy order once we confirm the breakout. And two more commodities that I am really interested in. Corn. Nobody is talking about corn yet. We talked about soybeans. Well, nobody's talking about corn, but look what has happened in corn. I'm still going back. Yes, here we are. Corn has broken the long-term downtrend that has been in place since 2022, ladies and gentlemen. Massive buy signal on corn. If we retest the downtrend, the broken downtrend, and confirm, major buy signal. This is the area right here. Let me put this in the chart so you can see it visually. Here we go. Actually, you know what? Let's make this blue and this one yellow because these are the colors that we usually use. There we go. So we got a double support zone right here. That is usually, as you know, a draw for the price. It's around 46.12, 46.15. This is where I would place my buy order on corn because we have a confirmed long-term breakdown of the long-term uptrend. Super bullish. Coffee. We talked about it in the last video. I hope you bought the retest. That's exactly what happened. That's what I told you what you should do for a swing trade to get long on coffee. And coffee's already setting up for the next leg higher. Looks really, really interesting. So that is it for today. As you can see, many super interesting chances developing daily in the commodity sector. Very, very typical for a super cycle. Man, there's going to be so much money to be made in the commodities, in the commodity stocks. And we're going to do it here at Bull Markets Lifestyle. Have a great weekend. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.